That is truly putting yourself in their shoes. Question to clarify, which we've done in a lot of our other contexts as well, and paraphrase to confirm understanding, which we've also done before. So those are the 6 simple steps to using empathy in a conflict. And the process can be difficult if both people are emotionally agitated. So again, that's when you take a step back and cool off before you can be more level-headed to address it again. Managing goals in a conflict. Conflict is goal-driven. We've talked about that. So seek understanding of goals and overlap. So you both are working toward a goal in a conflict. So determine what your goals are and see if there's understanding or overlap of those goals. Okay, well, you want this and I want this, and a lot of those don't match up, but this is one area that the goals are similar, so let's focus on that for right now. Identify your goal and your partner's goal. So most goal statements are wants or desires. So you need to know what the other person wants, and balancing between the goal and the goal of maintaining the relationship. That is, I'm going to say that again because that's a whopper. There's a balance between having your goal met and having the goal of maintaining the relationship. So remember the quote, people will change when the pain of change is less than the pain of things staying the same. Okay, so when I am working toward this goal of winning or getting my need met, I'm going to balance that with the goal of maintaining the relationship. So that's really something that you need to ponder and consider. Identify where the goals overlap. You can focus on your shared interests and your mutual goals, which we've already discussed. If you want to manage the problem, so we were just managing goals. Now if we want to manage the problem, structure the conflict as a problem, and that will help manage the emotion and keep the focus on the issues. If you define the problem, it boils down to something you want more or less of. And it seems simple, but it's quite deep. So in any conflict, spend a moment, either a previous conflict, a current conflict, or one you anticipate having in the future. Think about what do you want more of or what do you want less of? And I can almost guarantee you can answer that question about the conflict. So we think about conflict as this big, vague, nebulous concept where, it's so hard to define and it's so hard to make sense of. Define the problem simply. What do you want more of or what do you want less of? That's a really, really easy way to define the problem. Then you analyze the problem, break it down. So, okay, I know now that I want more of quality time. Okay, so let's analyze the problem now. What are the components? What does quality time mean to me? What is more quality time to me? Is more 1 hour more a week? Is it 1 more hour a day? Break it down into more concise components. Determine your goals, both your own and your partner's. Again, we're not trying to be self-centered, it's other-oriented. So what are my goals, but what are your goals? Generate objective criteria for the solution. Lots of options. Objectivity, these are things we can do. The more objective and measurable, the more likely you will agree when those goals are met. Now, some of you say, okay, I get the idea of objectivity or being objective. What do you mean the more measurable that is? In other words, saying to someone, you need to spend more time with me. Can you measure more time with me? No. Because what more time to one person is not what more time is to another. It's not measurable, meaning I can't say, last week I spent this amount of time with you, this week I spent this amount of time with you, so I can measure that I have spent more time with you. Unless you define something that's measurable, meaning 1 more hour each week, or watching Dancing with the Stars with me 1 night a week. There has to be a decisive, measurable outcome that you are working toward. Come up with multiple solutions. That's also helpful. Brainstorm with the other person. And the more choices you have, the more likely you are for success. One of my mom's favorite phrases, and she says it pretty consistently, is, if you continue to do the same thing you've always done, you'll continue to get the same results. So I think about that when I think about this concept. If you have more choices, the more likely you are to be successful. Don't be a prisoner of one choice. Give yourself more opportunities to succeed. And then select the best solution. Sometimes it's not the first attempt. Sometimes you think it's going to work out and it doesn't. So then you go with plan B. Be a good winner. In other words, we talked about how do we define saving face? What does that mean? What does that look like? Be a good winner. Save your own face. Help the other person save face. Whatever that best solution is. Okay. Woo! We made it. All right. If you have any questions about anything that we discussed, please feel free to email me or please post it in the question forum. And I look forward to reading your posts, and I hope that you have a great week. Talk to you later.